Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Unfortunately, not.
No.
Okay. Why not?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Why not?
Okay. You want to take it off?
You can start.
Oh, okay, let's
Yeah,
start over
please
here.
start.
Well, we made arrangements on Thursday to have brunch on Sunday, and I believe it was set for like 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I believe I reached out to her on Saturday to see if she wanted me to send a driver to her. You know, I felt like that'd be nice. So we had reservations at Global Ambassador at 1
nice.
o'clock. So
Okay.
she didn't reply until 12:55 the next day. You know, and she said she was going to be late and that she had just seen the text and she thought she replied and this, that, and the other. But at that point, it was too late.
Okay.
In my eyes.
Okay. Alicia?
Okay, so yeah, we had chit-chatted throughout the week, and you had asked me, like, are you busy, blah, blah, blah. And of course, yeah, he sent that text. I'm running out the door, and I didn't answer. Like, you know, I didn't, like, leave him hanging, but I didn't. I sent him the audio message, like, hey, I'm going to be, like, 5 minutes late. I'm on my way. And then when I go and check, I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't text him back. So I'm not going to say I'm ditzy, but I'm...
Did you have it to where you have a message typed and then you never sent it? You never pressed the send button? Did you text that to him? I never pressed the send button, but I already had the text,
like, hey, I'm on my way there, blah, blah, blah. So like he said, at 12:55, I'm on my way to the Global Ambassador. His red receipts are on. He reads it, sees that I'm here. You can hear in the audio message, I'm obviously in my car driving, and he just leaves it on red. So then, mind you, I'm driving, going. I don't live that far. And then I get there, and I'm like, hey, just parked in valet, right? So I'm like driving. I'm not totally on my phone.
Yeah.
I just assumed, like, out of good nature, you know, I got up, I went to work last night, got up, got ready, went, that he was just going to meet me there. Like, we had confirmed the date like 3 times already.
Okay.
I understand that was my fault.
So 3 times confirmed, like you responding back to him in the confirmed times that, signifies it's confirmed. You responded back, okay, or something like that, or?
I didn't respond to that text, but at this point we had like 3 confirmations. So I just assumed, maybe that's me, that we were going to show up. And yeah, he left the messages on red, didn't respond. I went, hung out at the restaurant for like 15 minutes and said, gonna pack her up.
What do those confirmations look like? I want to know, because, hey, you still going? Yeah. All right, we on for this date. You still good? Yeah. All right, we on for this date. You still good? I don't know what the confirmations look like. That's what I'm, unless it was 3 other times, like you sent her some type of screenshot or something, right? And then this would be the 4th time. And so it's just like, all right, yeah, I'm coming already. Like, why should you let me know again? Like, I'm going to be there. Maybe she didn't respond back because what she said the 3 times. But at the same time, if there was no previous confirmations, like she said, we're about to find out from him if that's even true, if he even, brushes up on that. But then if this is only the 2nd confirmation or something like that, right? He's going to think you're not coming. And you just left him like just to hang like that. So it's just like, I guess everything's off. I ain't going to show up because it seemed like she might not be there.
Yeah, so no show.
So the reservation was for 1 o'clock. You left 12:55. About what time would you say you got there?
Well, I got there probably like 1:05, 1:10.
Okay.
But I hit him
damn.
up like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm leaving my house right now.
You live close as hell.
That's when the message was sent at 12:55.
Okay. So was there confirmation prior to, this date?
I mean, yeah.
Like she said, you guys had like...
But like I said, I text on Saturday,
So from Saturday...
It wasn't any.
Okay.
So it was like, nah, if you can't communicate, it's kind of pointless.
Okay, got it. And so you said you did receive the message and you thought you texted him back, but it just didn't go through, or?
I'm just on the way out the door, didn't press send, like rushing.
No, on Saturday when he like sent another.
Yeah, I forgot to respond. I had the whole text typed and then sent him an
Oh my God, you did. I've heard that one.
audio message like, hey, Siri.
Everybody has heard that one. Men and women alike.
Send so-and-so a message.
Okay.
And then I open it because I'm like, oh, he didn't respond. It's like 1:05. I'm on the way. And then I look and then I like, okay, I didn't send it. The whole message is typed out. But then everything's getting red. So he's sitting there like watching me say, and I understand what he's saying. Like, okay, you didn't confirm. I'm not going to go. That makes sense. Like, I'll give that to you. But I thought it was just silly to leave me on red. You could have just texted me back and been like, oh, girl, I'm not coming. Like, you didn't confirm. I thought that could have just been the respect.
Oh, did he ghost you for the whole day? Like, even after you show up, there's no communication? You know what I mean? Like, even sometimes if I don't text something back, I will hold the button and click the, the reply, not the reply thing, but you can put the emojis or whatever above I forgot what the hell to call that shit. But you know what I'm talking about. You hold it and then put like a thumbs up or whatever, or something like that.
Whole thing.
Okay.
Because I thought that was weird that you didn't respond.
Or put like a love heart thing.
But you're telling people that I ghosted you in Phoenix. But you didn't respond to the last text. So that's kind of weird.
I mean, you responded a whole day later. So do you really call that responding?
It was less than 24 hours. This is your thing. I think you're very picky about times. That is one of the things. You've been very particular and picky about time, few instances that we had.
Okay.
Just like we had known each other 72 hours. And then remember that phone call we had?
Which one? Go ahead and let everybody else know.
Yeah, we only had one phone call.
Okay.
What happened?
One. I could grab the call.
But it was a few
We're talking about within a 3-day period. Y'all wild.
few times that I called.
That is inaccurate. You gaslit me on the phone about that.
It was a few times that I called.
I'm not arguing with you like this. I barely know you. This is not happening with
Get
me.
the phone. I got the screenshots. You
and
called
I got
me.
the text messages.
Yeah, we have all the information. So
All
do you want
of
to hash it out?
I mean, if we have to.
I just thought it was weird. Okay, so let's run it back so we could clarify for.
Bro, all right. For me, if I'm a guy, I'm not gonna come off like him, like moment, like kind of like down at it. Everybody goes through things in life or whatever, right? I've seen enough, been through enough to the point to where I'm not gonna act like that if that happened to me, like at all. I think there's a different way to go about it. I think he could come off better by just saying, "Hey, man, I thought she ghosted me. Like I didn't know such and such, da da da. She ain't hit me back. Whoop de whoop. You know what I mean? I'm not starting to, I'm not gonna start no confirmation with no chick, man. I'm not doing that.
The audience and for you as well.
Yeah, please.
There had been a phone call, right? Roughly 72 hours. So from the very jump, it was hard to confirm the date of the date from the beginning because you kept saying, "I'll let you know tomorrow." Then tomorrow came, and then you let me know tomorrow.
But then once Thursday came, I told you I had reservations, and it was set.
Absolutely.
Sunday, 1 o'clock, Global Ambassador.
Okay, but that's not the phone call I'm talking about.
Was that the third confirmation? I think that's fine. That's cool. You confirm, hey, where we going? Da da da. Okay, the last confirmation, hey, I made the reservations for this time. That's cool. Okay, that makes sense.
But Thursday, it was set, though. You're talking about from when we did the show originally all the way up until Thursday. We went back and forth, kind of trying to figure out about the date or whatever. But Thursday came, and it was set 1 o'clock. I told you I had the reservations.
That's not what I'm talking about. We went back and forth, and why I think you're picky.
Okay,
let's hear
about the call.
We just don't get along. I think that's what it really comes down to. But the call was that you had called me roughly, I believe, on Monday, and I didn't answer. You called me around 10 o'clock on Monday. We'd known each other.
10 p.m.?
Yes,
Okay.
10 p.m. We'd known each other roughly 72 hours. Then we talked the next day. And on the phone, you had told me, well, since you didn't answer my phone call, I didn't know if we were going on the date or not. Like, you're acting like you're my dad or something. Like, I don't
recall that.
Of course you don't.
But I do recall the phone call about, 10 o'clock, but you told me you was free in the evening. So that's why I called that late.
But I didn't say I just thought it was so picky.
So y'all was already beefing. Already. So it's to the point that, if she really liked you or whatever, she would have been, head over heels. Like, she probably, I'm already there. I'll meet you right there. Like, she probably been responding back with no problems. Y'all was already arguing and going back and forth already.
The way that you were on my phone telling me, I felt like it was entitled, to be honest with you, for you to call my phone and talk about when I'm not answering and when I'm answering, and I'd known you for 3 days. I just thought that was rude.
But you still set the date.
Yes, because that was the objective of the show.
But we should have not went on the date if you felt that way. Why schedule the date?
On this fine Sunday. Thank God that we didn't go on the date. Because I just feel like this was the energy on the phone.
I saved my money.
So you felt like he was coming at your throat?
The same way that it's like this.
Why'd y'all pick each other again? What were the green check mark box? Like, what was the boxes that he checked off and then she checked off again? Why did y'all even pick? I forgot.
Energy. It was very back and forth and very petty on the phone. And he's getting snippy on the phone. And I'm like, okay, so are we going to go on the date? That was my response is, okay, so are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? And I do feel like, yes, you're a little snippy. And I didn't appreciate it. But the objective of the show was to go on the date. And it just made me feel a little opportunistic of your objectives because prior to that, if you want to talk about everything, prior to that, you had sat here and asked me to model for your company. I thought that was rude.
You said you was a content creator.
I didn't say I was a model and then I was going to come model.
But if I'm trying to put money in your pocket, what's wrong with that?
You didn't mention
I wasn't trying to do anything for free, sweetheart.
But
you said you was a content creator. Like, I'm confused. If
So
that's
when
what
was
you
this
are,
asked? When did you
it
ask?
was damn near at the
Maybe
beginning.
Sunday.
At the beginning.
Right
But
away.
She
So
said she was a content creator.
So we filmed Saturday, and then you asked her Sunday if she wanted to model for your
Sunday,
business.
Monday, it was pretty early.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, it just really gives like you're opportunistic. Like, that's what it gives. I just feel like 3 strikes you're out. For you, it was just a couple weird interactions. Yeah, you asked me to model.
I wouldn't say that was weird. I could say do it for me specifically. I wouldn't put that up front in the beginning. I'm just meeting you. Maybe down the line, days down the line, or maybe a few weeks or whatever. We've been seeing each other for a minute. I'll let her ask if she sees something like, hey, you know what, I could be, you know, so you could put me in a little something. I'm like, okay, well, I'll pay you to do something. You know, I'll put some money in your pocket. You cool as hell. We've been dating for a little bit. Or down the line, yes, but not off the break. Off the break, I'm just focused on you if I really, really, really do like you. But
You didn't mention anything about money for you to say
I
it
did tell you that over the phone, that I had
later.
no problem
But
paying you.
upon, may I finish speaking?
Go ahead.
Since you wanted to like overtalk me, is that okay with you? I'm just waiting for my turn to talk.
All right, go ahead,
Thank
and then
you.
we'll let you go right after.
I didn't
her.
ever say that I was a model, and then what did I say when you asked me if I wanted to model? I was like, oh, do you want to do a content exchange? Like, you detail my car and I make a video about it? You're sending me screenshots talking about this is what I want. And you did not mention anything about payment upon the initial interaction of asking me to model. So no, I don't work for free, and that's how it came across initially. That's okay for
Oh.
me to say. You didn't mention anything about payment till multiple days later when I was like, hey, that rubbed me the wrong way.
oh,
And you're like, well, you should have said something. Well, I
so was it? Oh, you said it to me. What? No. I was gonna pay you anyway. Like I was gonna. Oh, you really? Oh, well, shit.
don't know you, and I don't feel comfortable to sit here and go back and forth with you knowing you 2 days. That's crazy.
Okay, Ramon, go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm good. I ain't gonna do the back and forth.
Okay.
Like I said, I offered her an opportunity. I didn't think that, you know, I had to initiate that, yeah, I'm gonna pay you. In my eyes, it was kind of obvious.
thought it was a given.
Yeah, like if you're a content creator, I don't ask anybody to do anything for free for me. Nothing. So, you know, it was a given that I was gonna pay you. The amount just wasn't discussed.
Got it. Okay, and then so for you, you were like, she could have just told you right then and there if she felt some type of way about it instead of hanging on to it.
She did tell me. She
Okay.
did tell me that she felt some type of way about me asking her about the content, and I told her, you know, that she said she was a content creator. So that was the only reason I brought it to her attention. But I also apologized when she told me it made her feel uncomfortable as well.
Okay. So did it make you feel uncomfortable because you felt like that's the only reason he matched with you, or what about it was like?
Well, to me, it wasn't giving. Like, this is supposed to be a dating show, and then it feels, like I said, opportunistic because you're coming to me for business ventures, and you're talking about, yes, my hobbies and what I like to do for business, but I didn't come on here. This isn't The Apprentice. Like, I didn't come on here to work for you and to be your employee. So, yeah, I thought that was rude that you're asking me to work for you and bring friends to model for you too. And this is before the conversation of payment as well. So to think that that's assumed, I think would be
You gonna pay all your friends?
silly. Like, I'm an adult. I don't just assume that I'm going to go somewhere. Like, I like it to be ironed out. But once again, we're not having deep conversations trying to get to know each other. And we had joked on the phone, like, you know, like we were just kind of like, hey, how's it going? What are you doing each other? We were doing that to each other kind of back and forth to death. There was no real like depth of conversation or anything for real.
Okay, so you guys never really got to know each other.
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not at all.
Ugh, God,
Like I
that's
said, it was a few phone calls that I did
One.
do, but, you know, she didn't answer our call back or text back.
That's
so
not true. How do we have a whole conversation and plan out the date on the phone if I never answer the phone?
via text.
No, that's not true because then
via text, I told you I made reservations for Sunday at 1 o'clock.
you
at
asked me
Global
where I wanted to
Ambassador.
go. I
Yeah,
basically
it
halfway
was-
planned
it
the
was-
date.
I asked you where you wanted to go, yes.
Because
I
you didn't
did.
know, and it was so much back and forth that we couldn't even decide a date and a time. And now it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you.
But once it was set, what was the problem?
What was the problem? Exactly. I confirmed 3 times, and like I said, maybe I was a little silly to be like, oh, okay, like we'll just meet there. But yeah, you know what? I didn't text you back in the appropriate amount of time on Saturday.
Yeah, you still could have texted him back, sent him a little something.
I will look
Could have hold the text message and put like a little something over it, like a little heart or a like or something.
at you right now and say, I apologize. That was my fault. But
I think you kind of did that on purpose because you didn't like him. I think you did that on purpose. And then all of a sudden at the end, right before you, oh, all right, let me go meet this dude. Matter of fact, let me be late on purpose because I really don't want to be here. So if y'all ended up linking up in person, y'all would have probably gotten like a little argument there if y'all, or maybe sometimes if you see somebody, that bad energy goes away and all it did was take like a face-to-face talk with that person just to even things out and calm things out. So I don't know. In this moment, they probably would have felt it went bad just because it's going bad here. But you never know what could have happened.
objective wasn't to like dog you or play you, but I think that you leaving it on red, you're older than me. So you leaving that text on red, knowing that I went to the restaurant is tacky. And it's like you try to get your lick back. That's how it felt. Like, what was the objective of that? Because if you're a real man, like you could have been like, girl, I'm not coming. Like, you didn't confirm my text. Like, we could have just had a conversation about it. But you did that.
And
you left me on red.
And you could have called instead of texting.
I sent you an audio message like, oh my God, I'm on my way there.
But you could have called.
Yeah, you could have pressed the call button, girl.
You could have called.
A little FaceTime or something.
Though, right?
So
Well, because
when
I
she
just
sent,
assumed you were on your way. I didn't know better.
But why would you assume that?
so when she's sending these voice notes or these messages, whatever she's sending, and you're reading them,
I actually didn't read them right at the very moment that she sent them. I read them within, a nice
At
time
12:55,
frame,
like you
know what I'm
said.
saying?
You
But
read it.
yeah, I didn't read it.
so you read it after the fact of the reservation
I
time
was
already
watching
passed.
football, yeah. At that point, I'm just like,
in
I'm
the
watching
crib.
football. I'm not worried about it. She didn't respond in a timely manner.
Okay, so then after the whole ordeal with no one
She made up a whole story about why she didn't text him back. Oh, just like I said in the beginning, I said, "Did you do that?" It was exactly what I said she did. Now, was that really her? Did she really forget or say that on purpose? I would never know. But I've heard that same excuse 1,000 times, like I demonstrated it, like I did in the beginning. So she made up a whole excuse about not texting him back and all types of stuff. And then now she goes, "Oh, what's your excuse for not texting me back? You want to get your lick back?" That's kind of not fair.
him not showing up to date and you not replying. Did you guys ever talk again after that, or that was it?
No, I blocked him on Instagram. I just felt like it was tacky, and I felt like I said, I felt like he was trying to get his lick back, and we couldn't talk about it as adults. And he saw us at the restaurant at this time. I'm talking like, oh, I'm at valet, like I'm here. He's seeing text, and like I said, maybe I'm silly, and I just went like, he's gonna meet me there.
I don't know how much like blocking somebody on social media. I don't know how much that means anything. I know a few people that are seeing someone heavily, and they both got each other blocked on everything, except for their phone messages and maybe like Facebook. Who uses Facebook? I don't know, but yeah, like they got each other blocked on Instagram, whatever. I don't know. Like I know Instagram is like one of the main ones. People just like love talking about the block feature there. But they have these people blocked and they see each other like every day and they're heavily involved with each other.
Hurrying up, getting there. But it was the fact that like he just left me on red like that. I'm just like, okay, I see who you are. I have nothing more to say. Blocked. Mwah. See you later.
Okay. And you didn't try to reach out after that either?
Nah,
You were done
I was
with it?
blocked, but
On Instagram.
I mean, but you didn't know you were blocked, did you?
yeah,
Oh, you knew because you
Yeah.
tried to reach out.
I did.
Oh,
on
okay.
Instagram, but you have my number?
I was blocked on the phone.
No, you're not. You're blocked on Instagram.
Okay, I don't know.
I gave you the room to apologize and if you wanted to hash it out. Not even to apologize, because half of it was my responsibility. But if you wanted to hash it out, you're not blocked. Your number's not blocked. Your Instagram's blocked, though. I was tired of seeing your corny Instagram. Damn.
Don't respond to that. Just let her. Don't respond to that.
Aggressive.
No, I think that's real. That was one of the
Arlette.
things that I didn't like too. We got each other's Instagram. I just don't think we're compatible in a lot of different ways, and I just think
I'm seeing that play out.
yeah, whew,
As we're
blatantly
here.
obvious, right? It's crazy.
Oh man. Well, I am obviously. It's unfortunate that this didn't work out between the two of you, but
If somebody blocks him on something, just imagine the days when there was no social media. In like the late 90s or 90s, you know how everybody say 90s better, but it doesn't really matter. They don't take you out of existence. You still exist. They can still run into you. Just it's a small world. You probably know some of their friends or whatever. They might see you somewhere.
on to better things, such as any future projects. We could be on the lookout from either one of you.
Look, forget the future projects. That's for them to worry about. Look, here's the thing. Here's what I learned from this show all the time. People be doing all this stuff. Oh, I like you for this, and oh, you answered all the questions right, and all this other stuff. This kind of shows that this show is just a launching pad to see. This is pop the balloon or find potential. You know, like BM says, not pop the balloon to find friends or whatever. Okay, that's cool. You might end up gaining more of a friend and more of a potential person, because every time you do all this stuff, you match, and then everything's ruined in 1 day or 2 days. You always hear 48 hours. It's been less than a week. It's been only 3 days. This was to happen the same day, and everything falls apart. It almost makes the show seem like you did all that for like no reason. It's almost irrelevant. Like, come on now. Yeah, it gets a little wild.